All right, everybody, I'm going to tell you what happened to me this morning. Now, some people think that we live in a matrix. Some people we live in a computer simulation. Well, I don't know what the hell happened here, but I'm going to tell you what happened to me. I was driving to work, and it was really early in the morning. There's no cars on the road. You know, no cars. It's fine. I'm going the normal route I always go. I come up to a green light. I go through it, go on up, and there was a cop around me somewhere. I didn't see him. All of a sudden he comes up behind me, turns his bubble gum on, and I pull over. You know, get all my stuff ready. It's readily available, everything I need. You know, I pull over, and I figured I didn't use a turn signal, which I always use my turn signal. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I was like, all right, fine. Cop comes up. After about 20, 30 seconds, he gets out of his car, comes up. He goes, can I see your license, registration, and proof of insurance? I was like, yes, sir. There you go. And I pulled it out like that. No, I gave it to him and goes back to his car. Didn't ask me what I did wrong. I'm sitting there, waiting. About a minute later, 2 minutes later, comes back. He goes, you know why I pulled you over? I says, no, sir, I don't. Do I have a blinker out, a light out or something, or a license plate light out? He goes, no, sir, you went through that green light back there. And I stopped for a second. I was like, wait, what? And he looked at me, he goes, you went, with a straight face, you went through that green light back there. And I was like, dumbfounded. I was just, well, yeah, I'm supposed to go through green lights. He goes, no, you're supposed to stop at green lights and go when they're red. And I looked at him like he's trying to be some cocky cop or something, getting smart with me. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, sir, you are supposed to stop at green lights and you go through red lights. And I was like, on what planet? So right then, right when I said that, he steps back. And then he says something in his radio. And he sits there for a minute. And sure enough, about a minute later, another cop pulls up. And he says, sir, can you step out of your car? He thinks I'm drinking or something. I wasn't drinking. And so I step out of the car. And he goes, come back here for a minute. So the other, officers are there and stuff. And I says, I'm sorry if I said something wrong. He goes, I'm just telling you right now, you're supposed to stop at green lights and go through red lights. And the other officer agreed. He agreed. I couldn't believe it. In what parallel universe was I living in? I don't understand. So I looked at him and I was like, thinking to myself, I says, this isn't going to go good if I just keep talking stupid or say, what the hell, or something like that. This isn't going to go good. So I might just agree with what I did wrong and go to court and plead my case and get it thrown out. I had a dash cam on. It records everything, front and back and everything. So he tells me to sit and he asking me some questions. Where do I work? Where was I going? This car is registered in your wife's name. Well, yes, it's mine. My car. It's a work car. It's registered. Yes, she has mine. And finally, he tells me to get back in the car. He's like, all right, get back in the car. Thank you, sir. Get back in the car. Put my seatbelt on. I always wear it. Comes over to me, gives me a ticket. Sign here, sir. I sign there and I read it. And it said, green light. Ran through a green light. Unbelievable. What the hell was I thinking? I have written proof. It's green on the ticket. I was like, all right. So, all day, I'm at work. I'm just freaking out about it. I mean, I didn't even look at the ticket after that. I just put it in my lunchbox and went to work and telling everybody about it. And they're like, really? That's weird. I was like, yeah. I said, right on the ticket. Going through a green light. Just stupid. So I get home. I tell my wife about it. I go home, and I'm stopping at lights. Everybody's doing normal. Everybody's stopping at red lights, going through green lights. What was it? I don't know. Anyways, I get home and I tell my wife about it. I was like, I got a ticket for going through a green light. She looks at me like she normally does, like you're an idiot. And I explained to her, I was like, the officer just sat there and they didn't believe it. He even wrote the ticket out. When I signed the ticket, it said green light on there. And I was like, and she said, let me see that ticket. And I took the ticket out and boom, it said red. Now, how does it go from green to red? What matrix crap was pulled on me to rate? My ticket said green. I seen it said green, and it was green. And now it's red. You know what? Some people probably think we live in a matrix. Well, we don't, because that story is not true. Because we don't live in a matrix. You know why? Because the earth is flat, and it's hollow somehow, and it's filled with caramel corn and lizard people that eat their caramel corn, and they come to the surface every 4 years just to mess with our elections.